go.
Who's here? Who's watching?
We have Adam.
Which Adam?
And we have the
Which
Princely boys.
Which Adam?
Your Adam. Good morning. Give us a wave if you're saying hello. The Gordon girls are watching. Mina's watching. Miss Black's watching. So hello Bailey, hello Faith. Ooh, Jenna's watching. Jenna Swanson's watching. Morning, Jenna. Nice to see you. Oh, the Ballards. Morning, the Ballards.
Kendall, I feel like Storm's shrunk. And Tanner's growing.
Morning, everybody. Oh, Zara's there. Say morning, Zara. Kendall's hiding Zara. Oh, the De Bruto boys are back. Morning, De Bruto boys. Oh, we have Josh in the house again. Hello, Josh. Hello, Auntie Tosca. Oh, the Erasmus boys. Good morning.
Is Auntie Tosca watching?
Yeah. So, Auntie Tosca. Wave to Auntie Tosca. Oh, Zoe's back. Hello, Zoe. Just gonna wait another minute or two and then we'll start. Just let everybody get online.
Mom, does Auntie Tosca still have her dogs?
Sure she does.
It's been a long time since I've seen Auntie Tosca.
Yeah.
Where did she live?
In Southfield. Southfield.
Oh, is that far? Yeah. Can we drive there or how long will that take?
Not long.
Okay.
Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. We're just waiting another minute and then we'll start. Oh, the Greif girls. Morning, the Greif girls. Morning, morning. You can smile. Right, so while we're waiting, make sure you've washed your hands and you've got your apron on and your hair's tied up, girls, and then we'll be ready to go. Good morning, Berry family. I wonder if Jamie's joining. And Amber Rose. Right, I think we can get going. It is now 3 minutes past. I'm sure anyone else that's still going to join will join. Right, so morning everybody. Welcome to day 2 of our baking class. The funny thing about today is we would actually have been back at school today. Today would have been the end of our school holidays. We all would have been back at school. At this very moment, we actually would have just finished break and going back into one of our lessons. So, we are going to make some piggy's ears and Nutella twists today. So, equipment-wise, I'm just going to run through it quickly. You're going to need a metal knife if you have one, or a pastry cutter or pizza cutter if you have one. That's just to help us cut the pastry. Then if you have a rolling pin, I don't think I put it on the list, sorry moms, if you have a rolling pin. Otherwise, if not a rolling pin, just a normal round water bottle will do as well. Okay, sorry, I forgot to put that one on. And then your baking tray, and with your baking tray some baking paper as well. We need to put our ovens on this morning, so we're putting our ovens on. Can you set your ovens to 190 degrees, please? 190 degrees. Put mine on.
190 degrees.
Right, and the other thing we need is our measuring spoon. Today we're going to use the 5 milliliter teaspoon. That's the one we're using today, 5 milliliter teaspoon. Right, so that's all the equipment we need. Oh, my apron's coming up. Right, as far as our ingredients are concerned, we obviously need our puff pastry, which I'm going to take out the oven now. Hopefully your moms have defrosted it for you. If it's not defrosted, just pop it in the microwave for a few minutes on defrost. It'll help it quickly. Then either some Nutella or chocolate spread if you have. If you don't have that, you can just pop some chocolate in a bowl and we'll melt it in the microwave just now. You can use that as well. And then we also need some flour to sprinkle on our tables when we use our pastry. So what I want you to do, oh yeah, and then our sugar, obviously. We're going to use normal plain white sugar. So we're going to start off with our piggy's ears. They're really, really simple and basic to make, but they're yummy, yummy, yummy. So what we're going to do is, can you open up your packet of puff pastry for me, please? And you'll see it's covered in plastic, so we need to unroll the whole piece of pastry. Normally I would do this for you in class, but now you've got to do it yourselves. So I'm going to unroll the whole piece of pastry and then open it up so that it's a nice big rectangle. It's a very long one. So roll it, roll it, roll it, that you have a nice big rectangle. And then I want you to place it on your table in landscape shape. Put it down in landscape so that we have your nice rectangle in landscape. Then take your pizza cutter if you have, or your knife if you have, whichever one, and I want you to cut that piece of pastry in half so that you have 2 rectangles. Okay, if you can see that, there's a line down the middle of mine, so I want you to cut them in 2. And we're going to put the one piece of pastry to the side because we're going to use that one for our Nutella twists just now. But for now, we're going to use the smaller one, the other one that we've got for our piggy's ears. Then what I want you to do is, depending on how many of you are working, if you're working with a brother or sister, or if there's 3 of you, get your mom maybe just to help you to divide that piece of pastry into either 2 or 3, depending on how many of you there are. So there are 3 of us, so I'm going to take my piece in landscape again, and I'm going to divide it into 3 so that we can each have a third. You can see my lines going down the middle. So we're each going to have a third piece of pastry, and I'm going to give my piece of pastry to the girls so that they have it in front of them.
Thank you.
Go. Right. So, is everybody there? Should I wait a little bit? So you all should have a rectangular piece on your table. I'm just going to give you a few minutes just to get that done. So if there's only 2 of you, lucky you, you get more to make. There's 3 of us, so we've got to share between the 3 of us. And my husband's looking at me funny because he also wants a piece. Right. What I want you to do is I want you to take some of your flour. At school, normally we would use the flour shakers, you know, the little ones with the pink lids. But now today we're just going to use our fingers. So I want you to take some flour and just sprinkle it on your table, and then put your pastry on top of the flour so that your pastry is not going to stick to your table. So some flour, sprinkle some flour.
Should you put it landscape?
You can put it landscape or you can put it portrait. It doesn't matter right now. Okay, so flour on your table, pastry on top of your flour because we don't want it to stick to the table. We are going to make a little bit of mess today with our flour, guys. The hands are going to be nice and dirty. Right, so once we've done that, I want you now to take your pastry cutter or your knife, and I want you to cut your pastry in half again, but in lengthwise. So you can see my piece is nice and long like that. So I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to show you now, so that you have 2 pieces like that. So cut it 2 pieces, 2 long pieces. You can use the knife as well, Ken. So use your knife or use your pastry cutter, and you're going to cut 2 long pieces of pastry. So your pastry is in 2. Okay, use that one. Obviously pastry cutters and pizza cutters work a lot easier than knives, but knives work nicely too, so just give it a try. Good. Right. So a little bit of maths. If we have one whole and we've divided it into 2, we have 2 halves. Well done. Now we're going to take those 2 halves and we're going to cut them in half as well. So we're going to then have how many quarters? 4 quarters. Addie's not listening to me this morning. Right. So I want you to take those 2 pieces, cut them in half, so that you have, oopsie, 4 pieces, 4 long pieces like that. See my long pieces? Beautiful. Okay, 4 long rectangles. Is everyone good? Can you give me a thumbs up or something if you're good, please? I obviously can't see what you're doing, so it makes it a little bit tricky.
Mom, I think I made
That's
that
good,
one.
Kens. No, that's fine, my sweetheart. You've done well. Right, so everyone got 4 pieces. Everyone good? Right. Now I want you to take a little bit of flour again and just sprinkle it on top of your pastry so that your pastry is not sticky on the top. Some pastry can be very sticky. Just rub the flour in on top of your pastry so your pastry is not sticky, because now we're going to roll it a little bit. Okay, flour on. Now you're going to take, you can either take your water bottle, you can take, we've got nice pink water bottles, or you can take the rolling pin, and I want you to take your pieces of pastry and you're going to roll them like this to make them longer. Don't let them break though, they've got to stay in one piece. So we don't really want them to go wider, we just want them to go longer. So just take your, I'm going to use the bottle, and very gently I'm just going to roll them out to make them thinner and make them longer.
It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take off the lid?
Yeah?
I'm
No, you're doing right. So leave those out the way.
I haven't made it.
It's fine, now roll them there. So all we're doing is we're just wanting to make them longer.
This one?
That's all we're doing. Yeah?
It's my chocolate.
Yeah. Everyone good? We're making them longer. So you're going to have nice long snakes.
Not helping.
Nice long thin snakes.
I can't do it.
You are, Kenzie, doing it, my sweetheart.
I can't. Too hard.
Do this one now. Put it in front of you like that.
Way too hard. This is hard.
There we go. Now roll. That's it. Don't roll. Just roll one way. There we go. And now start here and roll up. All the way up. There we go. Okay, now do your next one. Okay, so move that one out the way. Okay, how's everyone doing? Everyone good? Okay, so when you've got nice 4 long snakes, then you are good and ready to go for the next bit.
No. Too hard.
Okay, right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to take our sugar, and I want you, I'll help you just now, Kens. Please help Kendall there, please. Right, we're going to take our sugar, and we're going to take our measuring spoon, and we're going to measure 1 spoon of sugar per piggy's ear. Now the reason we're doing this is because so that every single piggy's ear gets the same amount of sugar, so that you can't say your brother or your sister took too much sugar. We're all measuring the same amount of sugar. And you're going to take your sugar, and I want you to sprinkle it over each snake that you've got. So take it, and you might have to use your fingers to help you spread it all the way along. I'm going to show you a picture of mine in a minute. Okay. And you'll see that that teaspoon of sugar goes a long way. So let's see if we can get this going. So, you'll be able to see there's mine. And you can see all the sugar sprinkled all the way along mine. See that? Right. So do that with all 4 of your snakes. Get this back up. Okay, all for your snakes, sprinkle your sugar. It's not doing your sugar, kid.
Daddy doesn't know.
Okay, okay. Okay, sprinkle, 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 and if you get some on the table, just pick it up with your fingers and put it back onto your pastry. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Which one is it?
The blue one. Okay, everyone good? We're sprinkling, sprinkling, sprinkling. Some of you might remember doing this with me. I think we did it quite a while ago, actually.
A year ago.
Yeah, about a year ago, I think we made these in class. Right, everyone doing well?
It's a lot of sugar.
Right, can you see how far your teaspoon of sugar goes? It goes nice and far. There we go. Right, is everyone good?
No.
Okay, we'll wait for my two girls. They're almost done. Good, Ken.
I'm standing on my tippies. It hurts.
Where's your pasta?
Over there. I can't.
Right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to now form our little piggy's ears. So I want you to find the middle of one of your snakes and put your finger over there. Very gently, just find the middle of one of your snakes. And on the one side, you're going to start rolling like a sausage. So let's see if I can show you while we're doing this. iPad's going to get nice and full of flour. So let's see. So you're going to take it on the one side and you're just going to roll it, but try and keep it nice and tight. There we go. So keep it nice and tight and roll your sausage all the way to the middle and then stop. And then you're going to roll the other side all the way to the middle. And then you're going to stop. And if you put him on the side, you can see your little piggy's ears. Can you see that? Right, now you're going to do your next one. And again, keep it nice and tight. And you're going to roll it all the way to the middle. And stop. This one looks a bit neater. And then next one, all the way to the middle. So the cool thing about puff pastry, it's like Play-Doh, but we can actually eat it. It's really cool. Right, and there's our next little piggy's ears. You see your piggy's ears? Right, keep doing that for me. Do that with all 4 your sausages for me. All 4 your little snakes. Try and find my balance again. There we go. Right, and we're rolling them all. Keep it nice and neat.
Mama, I lost one.
Good. Well done, Kendall. And we're rolling, 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 rolling. Whoops. That's not good. Sorry, guys. Right, so I'm on my last one. How far are you guys doing? Addie's on her second last. Kendall's on her last. So we're getting there.
To make mine with meat.
Yeah. Right. So you should have 4 little piggy's ears. Your little piggy's ears.
One
Beautiful.
is smaller than the other.
Well, that's what makes them fun as well. That every piggy is different, so every piggy's ears need to be different. Hey, good. Right, then what you can do is you can start placing them onto your baking tray. Keep them not too close to each other. Leave little gaps around each other because they are going to puff out a little bit. Remember, what does puff pastry do in the oven? It puffs up. So put it on the baking tray.
Mine are on this side.
Just in the middle.
Abby, mine are on the corner there.
There you are. Choose your spot on the baking tray.
Middle.
Mine's on the right, Idy's in the middle, Kendall's on the left. A little bit more space, Kens. There we go.
Now I can eat the sugar.
Well done. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take your teaspoon of sugar again and just sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top of your piggy's ears, so the side that's facing the top. Okay, just a little bit of sugar
I can just take it
onto the top. If you've got spare sugar on your table, use that sugar because we don't want to waste the sugar. So if there's sugar on your table, pick it up with your fingers, sprinkle it on top of your piggy's ears. Good, girls. Well done.
I got a lot of sugar. Me too, I got more than you.
Right. So those we are going to now put aside, and we're going to start on our Nutella twists.
Yeah.
But what I want you to do is, if you can, just give your table a wipe. So get your wet cloth from the basin, wipe your table, all that sugar, scoop it into your hands. Remember, not on the floor. The floor is not a bin. Scoop it all into your hand and into the bin so that your table's
I've already
clean.
started.
Yeah, wipe your side. Sorry, moms, you might have to sweep the floor after this. The floor is going to be full of sugar.
And
Sweep it into your hands, girls. Into your hands and into the bin. Well done. Right, and when your table's clean, you can get your other piece of pastry that we put aside just now and put that piece in front of you.
this is easy.
So we have a nice, almost square, not quite square, in front of you. Good, girls. My girls are just tidying up quickly. So start again, nice fresh clean table. Remember, clean as we go, makes the job easier for later.
There might be left on the list.
Okay, swap Kendall's side over there. Good.
And
Into the bin. Kens, come around, go straight in the bin. Right, so what I want you to do again, depending on how many you are in that are doing the baking class, either divide your pastry into 2 or 3 again. So exactly the same way we did earlier, we're going to do so that each person has a piece of pastry. They have divided mine into 3 again. So let's hand them out to my girls.
the one that I had yesterday. That's
Okay, Kendall, there's yours. Again, you can sprinkle some flour onto your table so that it doesn't stick. Our pastry is a little bit sticky underneath, so it's better if we do have some flour on our table so that it doesn't stick. So sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Okay,
I'm putting mine there.
pastry on top.
There we go.
And now I want you to put your piece of pastry landscape in front of you on the table. So landscape in front of you. And again,
On top.
good, sprinkle some flour on top as well, just to make it not sticky. Not too much, remember, you don't want to dry your pastry out. You just want to make it that we can use it without it sticking. Right, so we have our pastry in front of us in landscape. Everyone good?
Yep.
Hope everyone's on track. I wish I could see you. Make life a lot easier. Right, so what we're going to do now is I want you to take your knife or your pastry cutter and cut your pastry in half so that you have 2 rectangles. Good. Cut it in half. So we have 2 rectangles.
Mine looks exactly like mine.
Hello, Auntie Sheila. Hello, Auntie Claire and Rach and Katie. Right, everyone got the half? Right, now I want you to turn your pastry so that they are portrait in front of you. Okay, so portrait in front of you. And again, you're going to take your pastry cutter or your knife and cut them in half in portrait so that you have 4 long strips like this. Beautiful long ones like that. Okay, everyone good? I wish you could see Kendall's face. She's got flour all over her face. Right, good, Ken.
Go wash it.
Yeah. Kendall doesn't like to be on the screen, so that's why she's in the corner over there. She doesn't like everyone to see her, which is fine. Right, so you all have 4 pieces. Beautiful. Right, now I want you to take your pastry cutter, and I'm going to cut mine quickly and then I'm going to show you. So hang on before you cut anything. I want you to cut your pastry so it looks like we have a top section. Hang on, let me do another one to make it a bit easier. So it needs to look like a pair of pants. Can you see our pair of pants? Okay, so the top bit there, and there are his leggies. So don't cut all the way through, make a pair of pants. And I want you to do that with all 4 your pieces.
Can I have it first, please? She's already had it.
Okay, next one's yours. Right, so there we go. Everyone, 4 pairs of pants. That's what you need. 4 pairs of pants.
Jeans.
4 pair of jeans, yes. As Kendall says. 4 pairs of jeans, please. Good.
Okay.
Well done, Kens. Right, pass it on.
I'm half a person. Put them very away.
Good. Right, so now this is the time with those who do not have chocolate spread. We're going to melt our chocolate in the microwave quickly. So just grab a spoon here quickly, Az. So just bear with me. Those who do have chocolate spread, just wait a few minutes, a few seconds. I'm just going to melt this quickly for those that don't.
No.
When you're melting your chocolate, do it at 10 to 15 seconds at a time. Stir, 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 stir. Take it out. Put it back in. 10 to 15 seconds. Stir, stir. Because you don't want your chocolate to burn. Mine's not too hot. Right. I'm not going to carry on with my microwave because my microwave is not looking too good today. So, but that is the idea. Melt your chocolate so that it's nice and beautiful and glossy and shiny. Everyone else, we're going to move on to our Nutella or our chocolate spread. So you're going to use your 5 milliliter teaspoon again to measure the chocolate spread. This we do again so that there's no arguing. So everyone's getting exactly the same amount of chocolate. So someone can't say, you got more chocolate than I did. So we're going to measure our chocolate. So you might have to empty some out here, girls. Let's get another spoon. Okay, so I'm just going to decant some chocolate in here just to make it easier. Oh, look how yummy that looks. Yummy.
I want to eat it. At the end, I'm going to have a sandwich.
Oh, look how beautiful that looks. Nice and glossy and shiny. Right. So, you're going to do a nice scoop of your chocolate spread. Remember to use the flat side of your knife to level out your measurements.
I don't have any.
Okay. Nice, beautiful, flat spoon. Remember, flat knife. There we go. Nice spoon of chocolate spread. And you're going to take your chocolate spread and I want you to color in your pair of pants. Okay. So you literally, let me just do one quickly so you can see. I'm going to color in. Your legs might stretch a little bit when you're doing that.
Oh, so you twist them. That's why they're called Nutellas.
Let me do my other one quickly so that you can see it. Okay, and you're only going to use the chocolate that's in your spoon. And for all 4 your chocolate, your pieces of pastry, you need to use 2 teaspoons of chocolate. Okay, and 2 teaspoons of chocolate will be enough for all 4 your pairs of pants, or your jeans, as Kendall says. So you're going to color in your pair of pants, make sure there's chocolate all over it as best you can, and then you can just wait and I'll tell you what we're going to do next. So girls, let's... Okay, I'm just going to colour mine in. Girls, colour in so long. You can get a knife and off the drawer.
Can you get me one? Sure. Are we allowed to use these?
No, don't use those. Use the other ones.
Nutella's yummy.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be lots of licking of fingers at the moment.
You're liking.
And then after this lesson, I think you can get your moms to join onto Renata's class, which is the Stay Fit, Stay Positive, and you can all go outside and do a session with Auntie Renata. So so we can work out all the sugar out of our systems. Right. This is a messy job, but it's fun. I can hear licking next to me. Are you guys also licking your fingers?
What's going on? The flour's not letting me put it on.
You might have too much flour, Ken. If there's too much flour on your pastry, guys, your chocolate won't stick to it. So take some of the flour off, wipe the flour off with your fingers, shake it off so that the flour is not sitting on your pastry, and then you should be able to color it in.
I don't have big pans here.
Doesn't matter. Remember, 2 teaspoons of chocolate spread will be enough for all 4 your pairs of pants.
It's still not working. Oh,
You're
there.
doing well, Kens, look. Right, so we're all good.
These pants are hard. Nutella.
Okay, so there we have some pairs of pants, all coloured in with our chocolate spread. And chocolate all over the place.
Yay!
It's Kendall's favourite day when there's chocolate. Hey, Kens.
Yep.
Those who don't have chocolate spread, remember you can just use your melted chocolate. Okay, wipe my hands.
Just use one of these for that, right?
No, 1 for 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So remember, 1 teaspoon of chocolate spread for 2 pairs of pants.
Mommy. Another one.
So, just keep going, Kens.
This
Right.
is hard. I'm still on the first.
Okay, so while my girls are spreading, I think oh, Izzy's online. So hello. Oh no, it's not Izzy. Right, what I want you to do now is I want you to take one of your pairs of pants. So put your knives down, have a look at me so I can show you how we're going to do the twist. And then you can carry on spreading and you can carry on making your twist. So knives down, ads, knives down, Kens. Everyone, knives down. Right, have a look at me. So what we're going to do is you have your pair of pants, and I want you, what you're going to do is you're going to twist the legs around each other, and you're just going to keep twisting all the way around, and you twist and you twist and you twist. Moms, you can help the little ones if they can't get it, but they should be able to. And you're just going to twist and twist and twist, and then you see nice bits of the chocolate coming through and bits of the pastry, and you're going to make a beautiful spiral look. And then just squeeze the top there, squeeze the bottom there, so that your pastry sticks together, and there you have your Nutella twist. Okay, so you do that with all of them. Pick them up, and then twist the legs. At first start by twisting the legs around, and then start curling it. Oh, that one's a good one, look at that. Beautiful, so that you get a nice, beautiful twist of chocolate and pastry. And then squeeze your edge together, squeeze your other edge together. There we go. And then pop it down. Okay. So you can carry on spreading now. Once you've done that, pop them onto your baking tray as well. If you need another baking tray, ask your mom, or just put them on the side and you can bake them after you've baked your piggy's ears. So with the baking of these, moms, you can have a listen now. The baking, it's on 190 degrees, and they go for about 12 to 15 minutes. But the idea is to just keep a watch on them. Your piggy's ears, you want them to be nice and golden brown. That chocolate will the sugar on top will caramelize beautifully. It needs to be crispy. And then same with your Nutella twists. You also want the pastry to be nice and crispy and golden brown. So that is when they should be coming out of the oven. It does take about 12 to 15 minutes, depending again on your oven temperature. If you see that it's not browning nicely, just up your temperature gauge to about 200 degrees, and then it'll brown it nicely for you then as well. And then when they come out, they are good to go. So that is it. That's our Nutella twists, and that's our piggy's ears. Nice and simple, nice and messy this morning. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please send me pics again. I'd love to see how they came out. Obviously, this is a tricky one because I can't see what you guys are doing. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Tomorrow we are going to be making some cheese puffs and some custard tarts. So again, we'll need some puff pastry, another packet of puff pastry if you can. If you don't have puff pastry, there is a recipe on the group on how to make your own puff pastry. It's quite an easy recipe, so if you want, you can just make some puff pastry on. Otherwise, that's it. I will see you all tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us again. Hope everyone's good. Please send me some messages if it was a bit of a flop today. But yeah, hope it went well. Thanks, guys. Nice to see you all. Chat later. Bye.